Hi y'all, thank you for clicking on my review of the new Natasha Denona Golden collection. I really appreciate that. I know there's a lot of reviews out there already on this collection, so I appreciate you clicking on mine. I'm giving you my review from the perspective of a more mature woman. What does that even mean? It just means I'm over 50, and so maybe my preferences are a little bit different than a younger person's, and if you are an older, more mature woman like me, then maybe my video can help you decide if this is a purchase or a pass for you. I will tell you that I'm a makeup enthusiast, but I am not a makeup artist, and so my makeup techniques are very basic, and I just enjoy a pretty put together look on my lids. If that sounds like something that interests you, stick around, we're about to get right into it.
Wonder what she hides under her disguise. Yeah. And all the girls around the world, they wanna be her. And all they do to try to stop.
I'm almost 54 years old. I'm from South Louisiana, and I like to bring you content that is geared towards a more mature woman, whether that be beauty, skincare, or lifestyle tips, tools, or topics. And if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, consider subscribing to the channel and ringing the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a video, which is normally every Thursday, but depending on work and life and the load that brings, sometimes I have time to upload an additional video, and that's where the notification bell will help you out. We're going to talk about this beauty right here. This is the palette for the eyes. I do have the highlighter trio and the glimmer gloss. This is a revised formulation of the historic Gold palette by Natasha Denona. This one is the same 15 shades. However, 9 of them are the same shades that were in the Gold palette, the original Gold palette, and then there are 6 new shades. She took out the teal colors and she changed up the gold formulations that had that kind of blue-green hue to them. This is more of a monochromatic brown and gold look. Very warm. Depending on how you look at it, I think this would be great for summer and for fall. And we're going to talk about the shades as we go through the video and the application. I'm going to throw up some swatches, and then we're going to just get into these looks. So I have 2 looks today, but you will notice that probably to your eyes they look pretty much the same, because no matter what color story you choose, the looks don't vary very much. You can punch it up with some of the tones, but basically this is a warm, neutral palette with vibes of the summer. So let's get into the swatches and the looks. And I feel like this is a palette that could work for most everyone. The formulas feel the same to me as in the old palette, with a few exceptions. I feel like these are softer, and I feel like they have a little bit less kick up. And they have less pigmentation for sure, but that's okay because less pigmentation is better for me these days. So I'm going to do 2 different looks for you. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see. I'll pop up some swatches also so you can see what the swatches look like outside in the light. So one of the things that I like about this palette is this inclusion of this color, Milko. Cream to powder. Push my things up my way. This provides a good base for the other shades. And I'm going to use it for both eyes, although there will be some other subtle differences in the 2 eyes. So for this one, I'm going to go in to the crease with the color Aria. Aria is a really pretty color. It almost has a little bit of pink undertone. You can see it has some nice pigmentation. It blends easily. So I'm going to deepen that up a little bit with the color Teak. Teak is one of my favorite colors in the palette. This is deeper, more pigmented, So I'm just providing a little dimension here, and then I'm going into that outer V with it, and I'm just blending, blending, blending. I'm just creating a soft look here. Then I'm going to go in with the color Nubia. This is one of my favorite shades in the palette. And I think that's so pretty. They have this color here. This is Aura. And there was a similar color in the other palette, but this is one of the newer shades. And this is the only color that I think could really go in my inner corner, but it has some yellow gold reflect. It's almost like a shift, so a slight duochrome, even though it's not listed as a duochrome for this spot. I think that, for me, would be a beautiful everyday look just on its own. However, I'm going to line it. I'm going to use the color Log. This is the deepest matte brown in the palette, and this was a repeat color too. I'm also going to use it to line my upper lid. This is the kind of everyday look that I'd wear. I'm going to pop on some mascara. I'm going to use the Tarte Extra Large Tubing Mascara. And I like this look. I think this is a Mona look. And so let's go into the other eye. I'm going to go into the crease and I'm going to use the color Sandstone. This is another shade of brown. And you can really play with these shades of brown and you can create different dimensions. They're all close in shades with little subtle differences. So you can build a gradient or you can build some dimension. All of the looks are going to be pretty similar, with the only differences being if you add one of these brighter shimmers. And one of those is Oro, and this is probably, you know, one of the ones that's going to give you an intense look. You have this one, you have Alchemist, and you have Aurum. And I think this one is just too bold for me. I don't really care for this bright yellow gold. I like this one better, and I like this one better. This one has almost a little bit of a champagne gold. You actually have some hints of silver maybe in it, or that just may be the lighting. My favorites are Nubia. I also like Kava. Kava is probably my favorite gold. This one. Now another favorite shade that was also in the old palette is this Varus. This is a really good one and done shadow. Reminds me of a Dior shadow that I had in my video of one and done shades. So let's take Yaris. Pop it kind of in the center right here. We didn't use Aria yet. I'm going to use Aria. I'm going to take this fluffy brush. I'm going to soften the edges. Let's go back into the color Log and let's deepen up that outer V. And we're smoking that out just a little bit. And we're going to go in that inner corner with the color Aura again. I'm going to take this color Melco. I'm just going to clean up this line a little bit. I'm going to go on top of this Varus, and I'm just going to tap a little bit of the Aura on top of this. We're going to blend a little bit more. We're going to pop on a little mascara. So even though there are gold shades in here, you definitely can create an everyday look with these shadows. You can punch it up if you want to use one of these brighter golds. These two especially. I like the softer ones for my own preference. Now let's talk about the Golden Highlighter Trio. These can be used on eyes, lips, and cheeks. They can be used for a variety of ways. I think that the packaging and the texture is beautiful. These are $55. Very rich, very intense. It would look very pretty on the eye as a one and done. This is Sun Glow, which is more suitable for me for a highlighter, or Pearl. Which Pearl to me is more icy, and it's kind of surprising for me to be included with these summer colors. But that's usually the type of highlight that I go for, but I usually go for one with a little less shimmer and intensity. We're going to take this little Tarte, actually this is a Luxie brush, and we're going to go in with Sun Glow. These are supposed to be kind of like a gel formula. They're supposed to like create a wet look on your face. We're going to go in, take this off. We're going to take the BK Beauty 106 brush, and we're going to go into this color Bronze, and I'm just going to use it as a blush. I think it makes a really pretty blush. Especially for summer or fall. I think this could work for fall as well. Kind of remind you of the colors of the sun in summer, or also of like burnished leaves. So we're going to try it on the lips just because they say you can. And we're going to top it with the gloss, which is a plumping formula. It's basically a clear gloss. You don't really see the gold reflex unless you're out in the sun. I will say that it does have staying power. I feel like this is pretty long lasting. Has a medium viscosity. The plumping feeling is definitely not strong. So if you're a person who doesn't like that feeling, I'm not getting that feeling hardly at all. Now I have tried this on bare lips, and you feel it a little bit more than if you have something underneath it. I don't do first impressions, so I've already tried this, and I've tried all the shades in the palette. And I find that no matter which shades you use, you're going to get similar looks. The color story is very cohesive, and there's not a lot of variations in it. You have varying shades of the browns and varying shades of the golds, but you definitely don't have the diversity that you had in the first gold palette, but I like this one better. And so I think this gives you a softer look. It's less pigmented than the other palette, but certainly a more natural way of putting summer on your eyes, and I think that it's beautiful, and it will be something that I'll be reaching for this summer a lot. So what do you all think? Will this be something that you pick up, or is it something that you're going to pass on? I really like it. I like these warm colors. I like having sunshine on my eyes. I feel like it's definitely a nice color for blue eyes, that it can make them pop, and I'm gonna enjoy it. These colors are my jam. I like neutrals. I like them warm, I like them cool. I just don't like too much color. I like browns. Boring browns to some, but they're exciting to me, especially when you throw in a little splash of this or that to punch up that look. And I feel like you can really do that with this palette, although the looks will not vary greatly. Now if I put on a straight shimmer here with just a bold crease, that could change it up. I can do an all matte look. I can do a one and done shimmer on the lid. So there are a few variations to this palette, but basically you're getting the same family of looks. And I'm okay with that because this is an easy beginner's palette. You really can't go wrong with anything in this palette. Any color you pick up, any combination you choose, it's likely to work for you. So if you're a beginner or an expert, this could be a great palette for you. And I'm gonna pull for this palette a lot during the summer and the fall. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate you being here again. I hope that you had a wonderful day today, and I hope that you have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
She lives a double life, puts on a show. What's under this outer smile, we'll never know. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining